Hey everybody, and welcome back to another deep dive with us. Today we are looking at some fascinating NBA trade rumors,
Oh, yeah.
swirling around the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah.
It's an interesting situation because on the surface, they're doing better than people thought they would.
Yeah, they are exceeding expectations for sure.
They are. They're like 10-2.
Yeah, 10-2. You'd think they would just try to build on that and get that chemistry going.
Right. Just let things gel.
Yeah.
But that's not what we are hearing.
Right.
From some pretty reliable sources.
Yeah.
ESPN analysts Tim Bontemps and Brian Windhorst.
Right. I mean,
They are suggesting the Warriors are actually maybe looking to make a move.
a big move.
Big move.
Yeah, and this wouldn't be the first time they would shake things up in the offseason. There are all these rumors
Right.
about them maybe getting Paul George or Lauri Markkanen.
Yeah.
So clearly the front office is not afraid to make some bold moves.
And they were not shy about making a splash. And the name that keeps popping up is Brandin Podziemski.
Yeah.
Now, he's a young guard, tons of potential, but his early season performance has been, well, a little inconsistent.
Inconsistent. Yeah, that's putting it mildly.
Yeah.
I mean, his shooting percentages are not exactly great.
Not great.
39.6% from the field
Oof.
and a pretty dismal 20% from three-point range.
Yikes.
Yeah, you have to wonder if the Warriors are a little concerned about those numbers.
Yeah, you'd think so, right?
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Even with those struggles, his impact seems to go beyond just basic stats.
Yeah, that's true.
His plus-minus is incredibly high.
It is.
It's second only to Steph Curry on the team.
Uh-huh.
So it really does seem like when he's on the court, good things happen for the Warriors.
Right.
Even if he's not scoring a lot of points himself.
Yeah, and it's those intangible qualities that you can't really capture in the box score.
Yeah.
His court awareness, his hustle. Remember that incredible save he made against the Lakers?
Oh, yeah.
That led to Jonathan Kuminga's monster dunk.
Yeah.
I mean, that play just shows you the kind of instincts and effort he brings to the game.
Right. He's not just out there jacking up shots.
Yeah.
He's playing smart, making the extra pass.
Yeah.
Diving for loose balls.
Exactly.
Contributing in ways that don't always show up in the box score.
Right. It's almost like you have these two different narratives developing. On one hand, you have the shooting struggles.
Yeah.
That might give some teams pause, but then on the other, you have these glimpses of his potential.
Mm-hmm.
Moments where he really impacts the game in a positive way.
Almost like a tug of war between his current performance and his future potential.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the Warriors are kind of stuck in the middle trying to figure out, which side will win out.
Right, because at the end of the day, they're in win now mode.
They are.
With Steph, Clay, Draymond,
Yeah.
all in their mid-30s.
Yeah. Their championship window is definitely closing.
Yeah.
And they might feel like they need to make a move now to help them compete for a title this year.
Makes sense. And that's where these trade rumors come in.
Right.
I mean, if the Warriors believe Podziemski's value is high right now,
Yeah.
they might be tempted to use him
Right.
as a key piece in a trade.
To get a more established player.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you've got this young player, tons of potential, struggling to find consistency
Uh-huh.
on a team with championship aspirations
Right.
and a ticking clock. I mean, you can see why there's so much buzz around this situation.
For sure. And it raises a lot of questions, too. Like, what are the Warriors really trying to do with Podziemski? Are they actively shopping him around, or are they just listening to offers, seeing what's out there?
Because it's one thing to field calls,
Exactly.
see what other teams are saying.
Yeah.
It's another thing to actually, be pursuing a trade.
Right.
And if they are looking to move him, what kind of player are they looking to get back?
Yeah. Are they looking for another young prospect, someone who can be part of their future?
Uh-huh.
Or are they trying to find a veteran, a piece that can help them win right now?
Right. I think those are all great questions, and I think we'll probably, dive deeper into those in the second half of our show.
We will. Yeah. This is just the beginning of the conversation.
But before we get into all those trade scenarios,
Yeah.
let's take a step back and really look at Podziemski's situation.
Okay.
What factors might be influencing the Warriors' decision?
Yeah.
What are the risks and rewards of each path they could take?
Right.
We'll explore all that and more when we come back. So we've established that Brandin Podziemski's kind of a mystery.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of potential, but still hasn't quite put it all together.
Right.
Let's try to get inside the minds of the Warriors front office here.
Okay.
What are they thinking as they weigh their options with this kid?
Well, I think the first thing they have to consider is fit.
Fit with the current roster, you mean?
Exactly. How does he fit with Steph, Clay, Draymond?
Yeah, can he thrive alongside those guys in their system?
Right, because the Warriors have such a specific style of play.
Uh-huh.
Lots of ball movement, unselfishness.
Yeah.
Guys who can shoot and move without the ball.
You need a high basketball IQ to play in that system.
You do, and it's not just about the current system either.
What do you mean?
Well, Steph, Clay, Draymond, they aren't getting any younger.
Yeah, that's true.
The Warriors have to be thinking about the future, too.
So they're trying to win now,
Yes.
but also plan for the future.
Exactly. And Podziemski, he's both a potential piece of that future,
Right.
but also a possible trade asset that could help them win now.
It's a tough balancing act.
It is.
Like they're playing chess, trying to think several moves ahead.
That's a great analogy because one move with Podziemski could have huge ripple effects for years to come.
And speaking of other pieces on the chessboard,
Uh-huh.
Jonathan Kuminga's name has come up in trade rumors too.
It has, but not as much as Podziemski.
Why do you think that is?
Well, Kuminga's about to be a restricted free agent,
Oh, right.
so teams might not want to give up a lot for him.
Because they might not be able to keep him.
Exactly. It just creates more uncertainty.
Makes sense. So Podziemski's on his rookie contract,
Right.
which makes him more appealing to other teams.
More appealing and more controllable.
Because they know they'll have him for several years.
Exactly. They have time to evaluate him, develop him,
Yeah.
without the pressure of a big contract looming.
And you factor in his age, his potential,
Uh-huh.
those flashes we've seen,
Mhm.
I can see why other teams are interested.
Absolutely. It's the classic case of weighing the known versus the unknown.
Like those nature documentaries
Oh, yeah.
where the predators are deciding,
Uh-huh.
do we go for the young gazelle or the older antelope?
Yay. Okay, I like that analogy.
Uh-huh.
It works.
Survival of the fittest, right.
Right.
Only the strong survive in the NBA.
And the Warriors are trying to do more than just survive.
Yeah, they want to thrive.
They want a dynasty.
So the big question is,
Yeah.
what are they willing to sacrifice to reach their goals?
Are they willing to give up a young player like Podziemski?
To win a championship now.
Right? Or do they believe in his potential? I think he could be a key part of their future.
It's a tough call.
Yeah.
I think a lot depends on their assessment of his ceiling.
Yeah. Do they think he can be a star?
Or just a good role player.
Right. Because their answer to that question
Uh-huh.
will probably determine what they do.
And let's not forget, the trade market is constantly changing.
Oh, yeah. What might seem like a good deal today
Right.
could look totally different in a few weeks.
So patience is key.
It is, you got to evaluate all your options,
Uh-huh.
wait for the right opportunity.
Because a rush decision could backfire.
Big time. It's like playing poker.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when to hold them,
Right.
when to fold them.
So we've talked about the strategy, the analytics.
Yeah.
But what about the human element?
It's huge. We're talking about a young man's career,
Right.
his dreams.
It is life.
His life. Imagine what it's like for him
Yeah.
knowing your future is being debated.
Like you're a commodity.
You're a commodity.
Yeah.
It's got to be tough.
Like being in a whirlwind, right? You're trying to focus on your game, get better.
Uh-huh.
But there's this constant buzz in the background. Like your whole world could change in an instant.
And it's not just him that's affected.
We
Think
want-
about his family, his friends,
His support system.
everyone who cares about him.
They're all caught up in this too.
It's like a ripple effect.
Yeah, it's a good reminder that professional sports,
Uh-huh.
they're entertaining and everything,
They are.
but there are real-life consequences
Absolutely.
to the people involved.
These are real people with hopes and dreams.
It's not just a game.
It's not just a game.
So back to the Warriors.
Okay.
What's the best move for them and for Podziemski?
Do they trade him?
Give him a fresh start.
A chance to prove himself somewhere else.
Or do they keep him?
Trust in their development program.
Hope he blossoms into a star.
It's a tough decision.
It is. They're trying to balance their short-term and long-term goals.
Win now versus build for the future.
And Podziemski is right in the middle of it all.
What do you think's going on behind closed doors?
I don't know, but I'd love to be a fly on the wall.
Me too. Are they being honest with Podziemski?
Yeah. Are they giving him any reassurance?
Or are they leaving him in the dark?
I bet there are some intense conversations happening.
Oh, yeah.
Some tough decisions being made.
And what about Podziemski?
Yeah.
How's he dealing with all this?
Is he asking his coaches for advice?
Is he talking to his teammates?
Or is he just trying to block it all out?
Focus on his game.
I think it takes a lot of mental toughness.
It does, to stay focused amidst all this chaos.
Because no matter where he ends up,
Right.
it's his performance on the court that matters.
That's what will determine his success.
And that's the crazy thing about pro sports.
What do you mean?
You have to perform under pressure,
Uh-huh.
even when your future is uncertain.
Even when you don't know where you'll be playing next week.
Right. It takes a special kind of resilience.
It does, to thrive in that
It
environment.
really highlights the mental strength of these athletes.
Yeah.
I mean, most of us can't even imagine
Right.
dealing with trade rumors and contract negotiations
And the constant public scrutiny.
while still trying to perform at the highest level.
There's so much happening behind the scenes.
More than just the highlights and the box scores,
Real human stories,
personal journeys.
triumphs and setbacks,
It's what shapes these athletes.
and defines their careers.
It makes you think,
What about...
if you were in Podziemski's shoes,
Uh-huh.
how would you handle this?
That's a tough one.
It goes beyond basketball.
It does.
It's about how we all deal with uncertainty
Pressure.
and chasing our dreams,
It's about resilience.
adaptability.
Finding a way to thrive when things are tough.
Yeah, it really is a human story at the end of the day.
And that adds another layer to this whole trade saga. I mean, it's easy to get caught up in the stats, the trade value, all that.
Right.
But this is a young man's career,
Yeah.
his hopes and dreams.
Imagine that pressure,
Yeah.
knowing your future is being decided by people.
By people you don't even know
Right.
in some office somewhere.
It's got to be tough to block that out.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I said, it's like a whirlwind. You're trying to focus on getting better,
Right.
but there's this constant uncertainty hanging over you.
Exactly. And it's not just him.
Right.
His family, his friends.
They're all affected by this too.
They are. It's a ripple effect.
Yeah. So it's a good reminder that even though pro sports are entertainment,
Yeah.
there are real people involved.
Real people with real lives.
And these decisions have real consequences.
No doubt about it.
So the Warriors are facing a big question here.
Yeah.
What's best for the team?
And what's best for Podziemski?
Is it better to trade him?
Give him a fresh start?
Maybe a chance to shine somewhere else?
Or do they
Or do
keep
they
him?
help him?
Hope he becomes a star in Golden State.
It's a tough balancing act for sure.
It is. They want to win now,
Yeah.
but they also need to think about the future.
And Podziemski's caught in the middle.
I wonder what kind of conversations they're having behind the scenes.
I know, me too.
Are they being upfront with him?
Yeah, are they giving him any assurances?
Oh, are they just leaving him hanging?
I bet it's pretty tense.
Oh, yeah. I'd hate to be in his shoes.
Yeah, it'd be tough.
So what do you think Podziemski's doing?
I don't know, is he asking his coaches for advice?
Maybe he's talking to his teammates.
Or just trying to ignore it all?
Just focus on basketball.
It takes a lot of mental strength to do that.
It does, to block out all the noise.
Because no matter what happens,
Right.
his performance on the court is what matters.
That's what will determine his future.
And that's the crazy thing about pro sports.
Yeah.
You have to perform under immense pressure,
Uh-huh.
even when you don't know what your future holds.
When you don't know where you'll be playing next week.
Yeah, it's a testament to the mental toughness of these guys.
It really is.
We can't even imagine what that's like.
Right. Dealing with all that uncertainty and scrutiny.
While still trying to be at your best.
There's just so much more to it than we see on TV.
Yeah, it's more than just the highlights.
It's about the human stories,
The journeys.
the ups and downs,
It's what makes sports so compelling.
and so relatable.
So we've talked a lot about Podziemski and the Warriors.
Yeah, we've analyzed it from all angles.
But now we want to hear from you.
Our listeners,
What do you think?
what should the Warriors do?
What advice would you give to Podziemski?
Head over to our website
Or social media?
and let us know your thoughts.
We love hearing from you guys.
It's what makes these deep dives so much fun.
And if you enjoyed this episode,
Make sure to subscribe.
for more deep dives on all sorts of interesting topics,
We cover everything from sports to culture to current events,
we're here to bring you the stories behind the headlines.
the insights, the analysis.
So until next time,
Stay curious.
keep exploring.
And remember, there's always more to discover.
We'll see you on the next deep dive.